Hey guys, my name is Zeniac and welcome back to another episode of FoolTopia here in City Skylines. Last episode guys, we added in our very own airport which we designed ourselves. We had a few little issues where planes could take off but we never seen a freaking plane land at all. Wow, since last episode I've done a little bit of changes with the lanes and I've kind of figured out where I went wrong. I'll show you in just a second. We now actually have planes landing, which is glorious. But that's where the rest of the issues then begin. Right, I'll explain in just a second. But guys, welcome back. If you enjoy FoolTopia, smash that like button down below. If you want to see more episodes, then make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And let's see what's going down today. So, here is the airport. There is currently no planes at the moment. Now, planes do land. I'll quickly pause it for a second. What I did, which I think is what I did wrong, is I kind of had the taxiway in like routes going to each one of these. I don't need that to happen. I just got to get it to the outskirts and it's all good. That's all I've really changed. They use, to be honest, almost every runway, which is perfect. I think actually no, they don't use this outer one because I feel like they favour this one for taking off, and they favour this one here for landing, which is pretty sweet as well. My only issue is, and I had this in Fool's 10 when we built our own airport in that series. All right, is this plane about to land, or is this plane about to land? Right, it's turning. Right, I think it's this one. I think this one's due to land. I think that one is as well. Problem is, and I will say this now, it's a 50-50% chance whether they land on a runway or they land on a taxiway. I know, it sounds weird. Now, the angle that this plane's coming down, I can already tell you right now, it's going to land on a taxiway. So, it comes down, and it's like it tries to attempt to land on it, and then it hits that up straight away. That's about to do the same. But sometimes they do land on the runway. It's a weird one. It really is. And then you get the odd plane that just lands directly into the airport. So I'm going to see how this goes over time. I might change this in the opposite direction so they can have a better run at landing on this one. If it gets a little bit too crazy, I might have to redesign some of the runways. But we now have them landing, guys. We now have them landing and we're getting quite a few passengers arrive weekly. Anyway then, what are we doing today? Well, I want to work on just the point, the big downtown area of FoolTopia. I've had to add this in because what I noticed was a lot of vehicles were coming up here to get in because it's the first point of call if you're coming down from the highway, and it was getting overloaded. It was getting really overloaded, which is not a great sign. I've been thinking I'm going to redo this whole junction in a different format because the issue we're having is they come off here and they want to do a left-hand turn and go down. So by doing that left-hand turn, then the people who are going straight ahead kind of block the traffic and we get some huge build-ups. I added this in, which is not going to stay. It's only just to kind of alleviate some of the traffic until we do a better system. I'm thinking, because a lot of them all want to come off here and do a left-hand turn, we flip the junction round where you would come off here, go around the spiral, and then, you know, flip on this side. So you're on this side of the road to go down, if that makes sense. See, it's already happening right now in a smaller version. When we had a lot of traffic coming down, there's huge backups. But I'll do that a little bit later anyway, because I want to kind of get in some grid systems to kind of fill this little area up. And then we'll eventually get rid of that. Because we have a nice commercial and industrial demand. Might add some factories over here, but let's get this all up and running anyway. So, we need to get some zoning in so we can get our weekly income back up again as well. So I need multiple, or not multiple, but more crossings over this when it comes to building up more stuff over here. So I'm thinking about having a road that comes off there, then bends and goes up parallel to filter onto this road, which I think will be quite nice. So let's figure this out then. So we've got the road that connects there. We also have this space to play around with. Thinking about doing something with this. I'm not exactly sure what we could potentially do with it. But it could be cool because we can have roads that cross over into this area as well and get all connected up. But either way, we're having a road that's going to come out here. So I'm going to bring that out by 10 to begin with. Oh, thank you. Actually, what I'll do, I'll bring it out by another 20 and then we should go another. I just want to get the parallel line running up. So if I know that's going to be parallel, I can kind of delete all this for a second. And that's our parallel road it's going to come up and cross over. So if I bring that up to there, and then we're going to have to kind of bridge this over. And create... Right, I'm trying to get it to snap over by 20, if it will allow me to. Combine you for... Oh, should I go straight 30? No, I don't want to go straight 30. I'm trying to get that snap. But it kind of won't allow me to do it. Right, I think we'll go over by 30. Alright, don't worry about that too much just yet. Delete that. And then go a normal... I'm just going to go a normal 10 quickly. Right, we'll play around with that, with the size of it in just a second. But then I want to bring out this by 10. Delete that real quick, so I've got a little bit of room to kind of create that bend. So it happens by 8. By 8. Beautiful. And then we can have this go straight... Oh, do I want to go straight across there? And connect to there? It's almost in line with this. Now how would that work? Is that not causing too many issues there? Maybe, maybe not. Right, I'll see how this plays out. Oh, that's kind of off-centered. Oh no, it's not off-centered. Oh, it's actually quite perfect. That was just a happy coincidence. I'm not even going to lie to you, that was a happy coincidence. Right, it's created traffic lights there, which I'm just going to kind of remove. So we've got no issues there. Let me see how that goes. That's quite a cool little system. So then, I need to kind of set something up, because now this kind of creates like a little bay. I don't really want to reclaim much. I mean, I'm going to reclaim some land here just so I can kind of use this. As, I mean, then again, I can have that kind of run down. But I don't really want it to run down, if that makes sense. This is actually quite a tough one, isn't it? So I can bring it down to there, everyone's down, and have a road that comes off it in that direction. I mean, it's only really going to be treated like this edge here. So let's try it, and let's see what would happen. So I've got to pick a good enough spot. So, so if I pick that, and then we run down like this. Let's just kind of delete back by 1 as I bring this down to there. Alright, just give me a second to kind of figure the kind of system that I'm trying to work with. Now, I don't like that. I don't like the thought of how this is now going to work, but I need a better system for this to work. So what if I just kind of brought it down to the 20 mark and I went straight across with both? But that's got that dip there. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. But what I'm going to do is just reclaim some of that land back a little bit. So the edge goes right up to here. And if I kind of pick this spot here and just kind of push it out, I think I'm going to reclaim to this point there. Just so I've got a little bit more to work with. We're reclaiming land, boys. We're reclaiming the land. And if I smoothing all this off, then so we can create that little shoreline, go up a bit, and then pull it back quite dramatically. So if I do the smoothing now, I'm hoping the water will run down in that direction. So this is all just to kind of reclaim, like I said, reclaim a bit, so we got this, push this a little bit further. So I'll fast forward that for now then, just so the water can disappear. It's going to go straight into the highway dip. And then we can kind of figure out where the new shoreline's going to be. That'll be handy. So while that does that then, while that eventually just drowns everybody in the highway, let's just kind of quickly sort out this. So I'm going to have a road go straight up. And I think I will go up by 15 to there. So it's going to create that simple, small little square loop. And I'm going to utilize this. Don't want to utilize that road or just kill it off like that and create that. I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. I'm going to have to utilize this in some way. So I'm just going to quickly take this 25 to 20 to 15 there. So let me just create that square. And then, what's the best way that I could create something off this? Right, I've got an idea. I've got an idea, boys. So if I go up to, I'm going to go 5 here. And then, how weird is this going to be? So it kind of follows around with it. It's very weird, not going to lie. Like that. It's a weird switchback, isn't it? Oh, look at the water in the... Do you know what? I'm going to stick with this because it actually looks quite cool. Look at the water in the in there. I've created a canal. I've created a river, which is weird, man. It's so weird. Right. Okay. So that is actually underground because it's being classed as like the water's low slightly, but we're going to level it all out anyway. But I'm going to bring this down to about. Right. I'm going to bring it down to about here. And we can then push in different directions. So if I have this one go that way by 60. And then by this way by 60. So you got that kind of straight design. And I think this road that sticks out should be the opposite. The end piece to this. So if I went to here. Now how... 18 by 4K. It's not exactly the right length, but again, it's trying to utilize them not connecting to the highway as much as you want them to create too much traffic on the connection routes. But I mean, you do want them to use the highway, so it's a bypass. But this is for these guys. Don't have to connect there to get off here. It's a pointless journey when they can just drive straight down, and that can then flip and go over this because I want to do something that connects this up to there as well, which would be good. We got to utilize all of it. So then that goes straight down there. That goes straight down there. And let me just get this now all the same height. So let me drag this. Make sure I'm not selecting the trees. So I want it all to be the same height. Well, I want to get it gradually in the same height, so that makes sense. So that kind of opens all that there. We got the shoreline edge just here, which is nice. Kind of creates that nice little bay view. Do like a little areas there. I can't wait till it grows back and you kind of see it properly. But yeah, this is kind of how we want it to go. So with this new little precinct square there, oh, I was going to actually change this. It might interfere with this. Well, what I've done there. Or I could just keep it to this side of the road. Right. Okay, right. We'll definitely zone this side first then. So we have some commercial and offices. Industry demand. So I'll kick in that to be commercial. We'll have this whole little section here, commercial. It's near that little kind of plaza area. We'll keep that offices, and we'll turn this into offices, 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 offices. So commercial offices just in this area. There we go. You don't want to put houses there because it is near the... I mean, I say that. You don't want to put houses there because it's near the highway, noise pollution, but at the same time, they're going to be working by the pollution. So, unfortunately, guys, it's just one of those things. So if I just kind of bring this up slightly, so where the road is then visible, it's not too shabby. There we go, there we go. That one looks good. Nice little subway stop there they can walk. So this is now going to get utilised a little bit more. We might see that happen slightly. Alright, so because this now all goes in a weird direction. There we go. Give them the water. Okay, right, so let's attempt to do something here. So, do I still need to have that power grid there? I do, don't I? So what I want to do is, they come down here, and then they will turn off here, goes around in a circle to connect to there. You kind of get what I'm saying? It then stops that issue we're having. But the only reason I'm not having it is because it's got this in. So What I need to do is actually delete this connection for us to fully see the issues to hand. So we delete that and I'll let it simulate a little bit more. So that's now dropped our commercial and industrial demand, and it's actually starting to spike a little of residential, which is cool. Unemployment's at 18%. Right, not bad. So let's get the rest of the road layout set up here. So we got a subway line just there. So if I just quickly utilize, let's pick a spot. Is that running parallel? Yeah. Here. No, actually, I'll do it off this. So I'm going to come straight out. And I'll bring that up by 15. If you'll allow me to. You're not going to allow me to go up by 15. There we go. Come on, boy. Come on. There we go. Nice. So keep that quite open. Go down by 30. Cross by 20 up. Now I'll run straight through the middle. And that's where that connection then begins. So I'm leaving these open spaces because we want to create little walkways and stuff like that. So here, make sure I still got the anarchy on. Goes to there. Goes to there. So you want to make these walkable areas. That gets there. Eventually I'll get rid of that when the power's all connected. But again, very walkable, these areas. Need to actually kind of do it for here real quick right now. And there. Oh, it's not following the line I want. Right, there we go. This, I'm going to go diagonal. I always like the diagonals. There we go. Same with this. Diagonal. And we'll do it here. So I'm seeing a lot more traffic now on this. There we go. See the build-up? See the build-up we're now getting? Right, that's actually perfect. So I'm going to actually pause there real quick. Right, I'm going to do it this one side and see how it then changes with this one side. So if we delete this, I'm going to delete a little bit of this wall as well. And then what we'll do is get the slip road there. This is actually going to be quite interesting right now. So if I pick it from there and bring it up. What's going on? What's going on, boy? Come on, come on, come on. Right, force the ground to follow the elevation. There we go. So if I do that, and how long is that? That was by a 10, wasn't it? So if I do the same this side by a 10, I'm trying to create the same path. So then if I go 7 by 7, 7 by 7. So do the same on this side. So 7 by 7, 7 by 7. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be identical, but I see. So then 7 by 4. That feels good. Oh, that's going to be quite difficult. Oh, there we go. There's a 7 by 4. And then we pick it. Should I pick like a connection there to there? So I've got to slightly angle it with the move it tool, and we've got to flip one side like that. Oh no, I'm not even pressing the right button. What am I doing? There we go. So now, can I get an underground view, please? Why am I still in an underground view? There we go. So now, if I bend the roads, right, looks looks really weird, doesn't it? But this could be quite cool. So then, what we want to do is I'll attempt it on this side first. Right, get rid of that. Select them two, and then we like gradually create the angle so it kind of merges up to it. We'll have to do more terraforming, so the elevation is on a slope, if that makes sense. And then, well, I'll do it to there because we've got the power line grid that's going to be in the way. Angle it from there to there. So we've got that gradual slope now. Right now, we have to do a lot of terraforming to make it a little bit better. Looks ridiculous compared to the other side. But this is solely so when they come up to this point, they can turn that way. Obviously, that goes that way. There. There. It goes straight on. I'm going to actually make them go like that. Oh, we can make that to turn as well. To turn over into that side so they continue to go. Right, so now if I press play, you might have a few issues with this little part, but I don't think that many are coming off this way to go round, to go down, to kind of change it. So, no traffic lights, which should be helpful, and I'm hoping that will now become free-flowing to a certain degree. So I'll just wait for the backlog to go and then see how it then changes. That's going to be the interesting part. It's a weird connection, isn't it? It is really, really weird. It's so weird. So weird. And yeah, we'll see how it naturally progresses. So on this side, I'm going to want residential. There's no doubt about it. I want residential. So if I bring this out by 15, should I kind of create a connection there? By 15, and up from that 13. So if I go up, where does that come out? Yeah, by 15, and then that up from there is 30, which would actually be here, wouldn't it? That feels a little bit too high up. But what I want to do, 29. Ooh, that's a little bit far. Alright, do another 15 and then create the bend. 13. I'm going to go up to there. To there? Yeah, we'll go with it. We'll roll with it, why not? So do another 15. To there. To there, which will come into... should come into this one here, shouldn't it? And then this next one should take place there. So this will get all these three now connected up. So this is going to become suburbs, if you haven't already guessed. The world's smallest bend right there. So this is all our little suburbs. I might just create a road connection there. Feels right, that does. Does feel right. And then I get coming straight down. Good. So the backlog of that now, it's now free flowing. You see the difference? It's made a huge difference. I've also only told them that they can make a right turn there as well. So let's see how things change when I flip it on the other head. I should have like a second lane. Really, shouldn't I? I should really create a second lane there, but that just means they'll be turning off here instead. But yeah, I wonder how this would change things. Because the traffic's not too bad on that side, so you just make a really weird connection. Not gonna lie to you. And maybe I can reduce these to like the 1 lanes, single lanes like that. So when they get to here, it's a bit bulky. But I feel like I do need like another connection. Like that was very handy, that one was. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because you got the big bulk of traffic there as well. But that will change when I get this connection set up. So with this all in, I do need that road that tears through the middle. Like that. And we'll keep this open here. We might stick like a little park or something in there. And then we'll bring this to 30. And obviously we just continue the gradual sprawl. There we go. Have them cross the road here. Quick and easy access. And that's pretty much what you would want to really do. So if I brought this one out. So say I brought this out to 20. Brought that out by 20. And then I'll create... Where's the... No, I want to go to there. 12. Right, we get a full hog. Ooh, it doesn't look very good, does it? It doesn't. So we do across the road. Okay, stick it out by 7. And where would there be a bend? Right, if I go 7 by 7, and that ends me right there. Okay, we'll take that and we'll do something in that area. Okay. Right, so there's a lot of traffic here, isn't there? There is. Now, is that from everybody moving in, or is that because of the terribleness we've got here? So we'll sort this out anyway. So we'll say here you can only turn there. That goes that way. That's straight on. I want to try and keep this quite open. Right, no one's crossing paths at this point, so that should become quite free-flowing. But I think it's all the initial traffic moving in. That's what's going down, really, to be honest. Oh, I've just kind of messed up the whole system. But we'll see how this goes, because it's either going to work or it's either not going to work. It's one or the other, really, isn't it? It is really one or the other. So we're going to put some offices on the other side of this. Just there. We're going to have those progressing over. And we'll do some low density commercial here. So it's all low density. We'll create a little shopping area. And then we'll do all low density residential in this area, sprawling over. So I've got to now paint all this in. Going straight up and around. There we go, boy. Sweet, man. Oh, I gotta go do this side as well. Get this side quickly set up. So we'll stick to the low density commercial. A little bit there. Try and paint it all on that side. Pushing it up a little bit more. Then we do low density residential. Yeah, got him. Right, we got no water over here, so I'm going to quickly pause for a second. There we go. To there. Right, there we go. Water is now all in. Does the power spread over? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But they're going to be sucking the power from that little parking thing. So, right, we got issues here now, don't we? With the traffic. Because as much as they're trying to filter in, they're also trying to use it as an outlet road as well. So I don't want to go down the roundabout route here. But if I can get the lane dictation set up. So just to know where they're kind of going. So this is not what I would normally do for something like this. Because it just kind of contradicts itself, to be honest. But I could drop traffic lights on to keep it kind of in order, in shape. But I feel like if I set this system up over here that I kind of want to do, it might work. So I'm going to pause, delete to this, delete all this, get rid of it, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Right, because this is what I wanted to do over in this area. So I'm going to delete up to here. So first things first, the highway. The highway is just going to go straight like that. So keep that as it is. Then this, I'm going to bring it out a bit more. When it gets to, let's say, this point here. Am I going up or down? Oh, wait, no, undo. Oh no, can't undo, can't undo. Retreat, retreat. Here we go. So, do you reckon I'll come up by 15? Right there. So we create the longest incline we can from all of that. So if I bring that to there, and then at some point along here, which I've got to change it. There we go. 13. Is that in line? Let me try that again. So 13 by 13. And that's straight over. So that's how that is going to be then semi-connected. And I might as well, if I use this point, is that a good point to use? Maybe this point, bring it out to there. And create the bend on this. Because we're not seeing much traffic, you know, coming down there anyway. So that kind of opens up this here to run straight down. I could put a roundabout there maybe. And that runs over and straight over. So all this is really doing is stopping the highway connection. Which I do need it. And just for the purposes of setting this up, I'm just going to, it's terrible. I'm just going to do that so it's kind of still connected. Now, if you're coming down the highway, you would connect there. But it would be nice to have a little on and off area. Now, I don't know how it's going to play out because of how the bend happens here. But what I'll do is, we'll do it like this. So, because it is in a ditch, to be honest, isn't it? So let me sort this out. So, oh, that's the wrong tool. All right, if I select this and that there and kind of give it the same level as this. Yeah. And I'm going to terraform it real quick right now. Just kind of flatten it out slightly so it's a little bit better. Yeah, that's better. Because what I wanted to do is, let's say we have then a road that runs parallel there and runs parallel to that. I'm going to quickly sort out some lane management. So all this is going to merge into that. That's going to go up to there. Like it's for nothing else but for that. And I'll probably do another one on the other side, but let's just see how this would play out. So if I brought this up by 15 to there, and then did a 10 there, 10 there, but obviously we flip this one around. And then that connects, again, it only really connects to that side of the highway. If that makes sense. So, if you wanted to... So it comes down to there. So if you wanted to be on this side and connect to there, I can make a little off-ramp that bends around and go down. And if you wanted to go here, you wanted to connect to this side, I would need something that kind of just bends around and go down, wouldn't I, to be honest? Right, let me think of this one, because if Right, if you're coming down this one, one's go down there, you can do it fine. If it came down here, one's going to do it fine. So we don't really have a... It's because we've killed that one off. So if we wanted to go down here... Here, I'd have to do something like that. And if you want to go that way... well, this way. Well, if you want to go... I'm getting confused with myself here, aren't I? I mean, so I can have... Connection comes off here, runs around there to go down that way. And then off here, comes around, connect to there. So then both sides are connected, but you can't get onto the other side. We might see this get overused. Right, let's see what happens. I suppose you don't really know till you do it, and then you see where the issues come into play. Right, I'm going to turn this into the tree one. All of it into the tree. Okay, so back into play mode then. Not all of it is fully functional. It doesn't really all go in all the directions that we want it to. But it's all part of the fun. I might have to turn that into a roundabout at some point. But we'll see how it all goes. Because now we've got this little flyover route. That will be interesting. That will be very interesting. Yeah, I really want to kind of create bows around and goes down like that. And then when it goes up like that on that side. So the people who are coming down here, I'm going to go down that way. But this is now going to be quite heavily used. So we'll see how this area... I feel like that's already died down, that whole little section right there. That's hilarious. So, okay, we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah. Because this connection is just there anyway. And we'll just see how overused it then becomes. Right, we do need to pass the electricity over this area. So that's not my power line. Here is my power line. We'll just do a quick little connection like that, just so they've got power so they can grow. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And let's see if we can also get... I'm going to bring this up by 8. No, not 8. We'll go 7. If I do it from here... Alright, sweet, sweet. And I bring it to there. Let me just do a little lip like this. Is something like that a bit too much? I kind of think it is. I just want to kind of fill in this little gap right now. We'll do offices more than anything. I'm not going to do anything on that side. Let's keep it fairly open. And what I could do to kind of fill in that little gap section is simply straight run there. Like that. That would go straight up. Straight down. Straight up there. And then just fill it in with trees. Oh, that's way too big, that brush size. Where's the big boy trees? I might as well put it down to a single. It's like a machine gun when you place it. And then we'll see how those grow over time. That'll be a nice little section. We should put some trees around all the other little gaps. I do need to plant a load of trees at some point too. I really do. So can I now zone this little section? So I'm going to do more offices. Again, it is the downtown area. So you do want the offices in. Because we do have that nice large industrial demand. So it's where all the like the high-tech, big paying jobs are. So we see the most of them all play out. And then we do the urban sprawl as it goes there with the residential. It's pretty cool, man. I like it. I do. Let's fill this up as well. Fill it up to there. Nice. So how is this going then? It's going pretty well, this area. It's heavily reduced a lot of the traffic, which is cool. This area is not being... Well, this area is still being used quite a bit because it is one of the main passover routes. For that, we're going to fill this little gap too. So it's just interesting. Now we've got like vehicles going down here, which bypasses this. Oh, we need water here. We've got vehicles going over the overpass here to get into there. So obviously they can't join the highway there. So that traffic is mainly coming from this connection, which is going pretty well. Plane's still landing. That's what I like to see. That's coming in straight for a dive bomb. I don't even know what that's doing. So you get planes that do that as well. I still need to configure that somehow and set that up. But we got those low little demands right now, so that sort of slowly fill all this whole little area up, which is pretty cool. And let's see what kind of other types of buildings and stuff we can place down that we haven't already. Right, we have the Mall of Moderation. We have the tax office. Thanking you. Yeah, the office park here. Let me turn off the anarchy anyway. Is that official park? Sorry. So that'll be quite nice just there in this little radius. We have then stuff like the Opera House, the Oppression Office. We have the Grand Library as well. That'll be nice just over here. On the other side of the highway, with the surrounded by the little path. Right, if I actually have put it just there, that's a cool little spot for it there. Anyway, just plant some trees and stuff around. I've got to sort out the rest of these little wall barriers. What else could we do? Is there any more there I missed out? Nah. The servicing building. The services building, sorry. Offices. See, that would be... see, I want it in a certain, places. But that's quite a large building, isn't it? Now, I could squeeze it in just here, but it required then getting rid... Right, I'm actually going to place it there. Don't even care anymore. It does get rid of the power. I should quickly drop down. And we're back up and running. Once these are all interconnected, I can get rid of the power lines. So it gives us that little bit more... It adds more to the skyline area, which is nice. So these have still got places that they still need to fully update and max out with the leveling up. There we go. So I'm just trying to add to the city line, the skyline, which, you know, it's slowly still building up. Still needs more stuff to kind of bump it up in terms of the leisure, whatever you want to call it. We have the aquarium, which is quite a big building. The expo center as well. That's kind of stuff that normally you see near airports. What was this building again? The science center. And then we've got, what's this one here? The art museum. We have the theater of wonders. These are all really cool things that you want to get in certain areas. Oh, this is huge, this one, isn't it? Oh, that would fit wonderfully there as people walk past it, but you won't really see the benefit and the effect until this whole area is fully added in. The subway stop is just here as well, and we're starting to see quite a few more people use it. Once this whole area is fully set up, then we'll have a nice little subway line running all the way up to the airport, which will be pretty cool. So it's getting there. It is getting there. Not seeing any traffic now build up on these. Get the odd little bit there as you do. This area here might have the same issue we had here, which is solved with this. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I might eventually add something into this area. Because if we're treating this... Oh, I don't know. It's one of those things you just don't know how you're going to play it out. There's so many ways in which I can add to that to make it go in different areas. If I allowed them here to turn... Wait, am I allowing them to turn there? Oh, I don't have any lane management set up, so I am allowing them to turn here. So they could turn if they want to and connect to that. Okay. Do any of these do the turn? Just out of interest. Yes. Okay, so I don't really stop that. If I did the same on that side, there's not that much traffic flowing through, so it would kind of be helpful. Right, now we've got a big build-up over here. I think this comes in slight waves. It depends when you get the bulk of the peeps in. And by the looks of it, I could maybe slightly change up or add in another tram line going down here, then over there, and then coming up and then cutting through, or completely changing this where it comes up here. You know, maybe down here to complete the loop, rather than coming back here to come back down. Come down there. And, do you know what? I think that might be the way to go forward. Right, let's do that, and I think we'll call it a day. So, is that actually gonna get rid? Oh, okay, it got. Oh no. Seniac, no. No. Right, I gotta be careful with what I'm doing right now. So, yeah, okay. Right, sweet. Where was I with the road? So make sure I'm getting my, improving the tram line, which is now deleting all my beautiful little paths that I added in. There we go. So then, with the tram line, which is this one. So rather than stopping here, I'm going to drag it to stop. I'm going to make sure I'm taking it the right way. So that's coming from there. So drag it to stop just here. We'll add a stop there. And we'll add... I don't want to create a new line. I'm trying to add a stop in. Add a stop there. Or should I push it a little bit further up? Let's push this one to there. And this one to there. Right, that's better. Then I move this line to it stopping there. Where's the stop here? It's up there. So it might be beneficial to have, or add a quick little stop in here. Oh, there we go. Add a stop in just there. Nice. Now I've got to add the stop in just there. Got the one just there as well, and then the final one just here. There we go. So that utilizes... Oh, that's a loop, isn't it? The inner loop. I just realized. Yeah, that's actually quite cool. So again, it just utilizes the loop system. So we have the one that goes back and forth and round. And then this one that just loops in the middle. Which is better, because it was quite a small little loop, wasn't it? So now I can upgrade this road to being normal. I'm not even upgrading it, am I? I've just realised. Alright, I've done it over here as well. God damn it, Seniac boy. Sort it out, mate. So a lot of vehicles are coming in right now. Why all of a sudden we've got like a lot of traffic going down this main drag? But then we're not having the trams turn here as well. They're going straight on, so they won't cause any traffic issues. But yeah, we've now made this little shopping district more accessible with 2 tram stops either side of it. So that'll be very beneficial for those guys. And I think that's where we're ending for now, guys. We've done a lot of improvements. Some good, some bad, but you know, we just kind of need it to build up a bit more. But at least we're expanding this downtowny area. Any planes coming to land? No. But there's a lot of stuff I want to do as well. I want to get it all up and running. It's just waiting for the growth to slowly come in. We're finally turning a profit again. It's not much, but it's some type of profit. We've got commercial demands growing as well. And I'm thinking we're going to set up some new ferry. We had that original ferry route that we haven't had in a long time because we deleted the harbour kind of thing. Not the harbour, the depot, the ferry depot. But we're going to get some ferry routes set back up again. We're going to get the original one there to there, but I might create a little freeway. Or just do that one there to there. We're going to do one here to here. Between the two shopping districts. So kind of create like a little tourist hotspot. Which will be quite nice. And I don't know if I want another one in. Or anything like that. I'm not 100% too sure just yet. But we'll see how it goes. It's looking pretty good. The residential sprawl is now moving over, so I might create a new zone here. Because that's Birch Park. There's I might turn this all into Maple District. So why not? Why not zone all this Maple District right now? So come right up to the edge. So Maple District can go the full hog. The full length of it all, which is not bad. Just the point can go up to here. I should really be using a smaller paintbrush, but there we go. And yeah, not too shabby, boys. So I think we're gonna end it for here then. We've got some big money coming in. Do we need to export a load of goods or something? We must have done. We must have done. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We've got some huge growth demands kicking back in again. Can't get enough of the commercial and industrial. That's now cleared up, so that road down here is now all cleared up, which is looking pretty nice. Still got a little bit of backlog here as trying to get in and out. But I don't know whether that's because of the zoning, the new things building up. I'll give it some time, but we've kind of cleared that up. Might have to do something here. Something very simple and whatnot, but most parts looking pretty cleared up. Tram lines, where's the first one here? A couple of people waiting on that one. Couple of people waiting there. The trams have just come, so people are being picked up there as well. Not too bad. I think we need to kind of spend an episode or two on public transport so we can try and reduce some of the traffic in general. And I want to get an export area over here at some point, because you know where we have the export train line here, it just ends there. That's going to be useful for continuing it. I might set a little export area up over. No, because that one's pretty close to get on there. Bring it round. And, it's quite a tough one. But we'll figure it out anyway. We'll figure it out, guys. It could be nice to have an export area quite close. So, again, it reduces the traffic use on the highway. It's just something that they can just nip in and out very quickly. Just for all the shops, when they're trying to import their goods. But anyway, guys, we're going to end it for here. Hope you did enjoy this. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good.